that makes it more difficult to get to that final game. I just think that's a tough. I just think that's a. I think getting to a final game's a lot. I think getting to the playoff is a fair expectation on these coaches. I think, and then once you get there, you got to win in the playoffs. But look at Buffalo. Buffalo just fired a really good head coach in the NFL, Greg, because he did not win and get to an AFC championship game. They just let a guy go for that reason.
That's the craziest thing I saw. I mean, I don't get that. Because the coach got them there. The players have got to win the game.
I agree with that. I agree with that, Greg. Totally agree.
One question about basketball. Coach Oates is on he's on thin ice, in my opinion.
Why?
This kid, like you guys have already talked about it today, if he plays and then he's ruled ineligible because it's not right, for one thing, to have him be able to do that, he should lose eligibility tournament play as well as he should lose wins this guy was involved in. And Coach Oates doesn't respect the damn game that he is in coaching basketball. That's not respecting the game itself when you're trying. He's trying the issue with a former guy. I don't get it. I don't.
Well, listen, on the other hand, though, if I'm a fan of Alabama, I'm appreciating that I got a guy that's thinking outside the box, Greg. I'm thinking, hey, I got a guy that knows his team doesn't fit this year and knows we need an extra piece. And this guy, said, hey, I found a loophole here. Stay right there, Greg. And I'm going to claw him back. And we're going to do some overtime. I'm going to claw him back. And I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to show you I have a sense of urgency. I mean, say what you want to say, but in a lot of ways, it wouldn't bother me if I was my head coach. I mean, it's just my take on it, even though I think that's illegal what they're doing because the NCAA's told them it's illegal, and I think Pope's right. William Pattison, he's the Pope of correct. He's the Pope of Wrightville. He's up next.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
And here we go. Live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios, it's the Playbook. With Brett Hudlander, Allie Campbell, and Jackson Freeman, I'm William Pattison. We appreciate you listening along with us on this fine Thursday from Knoxville, Tennessee. And boy, do we have plenty to cover over the next 2 hours, including discussing who will be Tennessee's quarterback one heading into 2026. Obviously, Joey Aguilar still has a decision up in the air. George McIntyre, Faison Brandon, two five-star freshmen / underclassmen. And you also got Ryan Staub in the mix. Who will be that quarterback one? ESPN made their prediction. We'll weigh in on that. A little bit later on, we'll talk about the story that is dominating college basketball right now and has a direct tie to Tennessee, and that is Charles Bediako out of Alabama. He is expected to play on Saturday against the Volunteers. We'll tell you what his performance could mean for college basketball moving forward. And then in hour number 2, we'll play a new game called Portal Bust or Portal Boom. A lot of really talented players in the transfer portal that have found new homes. Will they boom or will they bust? We'll tell you which ones will and which ones won't. And then a little bit later on, we'll also talk about the NFL awards that were announced today as MVP, Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, all valuable players to their teams, have had really impressive seasons. A former Tennessee Volunteer is also up for a Defensive Rookie of the Year award, and that is none other than James Pierce Jr. We'll give our ballot for the official list of the NFL awards in hour number 2, and we'll wrap it up with our final thoughts. So plenty to cover on a Thursday. So happy you're joining us. If you're watching on the YouTube live stream, make sure to like and subscribe so that we know that we're doing a good job. And if not, you can weigh in on the comment section and let us know what we need to improve. But before we get into the action, let's welcome in the rest of the crew, beginning with Allie, who makes her return to the Fan Run Radio studios in 2026. Allie, welcome back. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. Long break. We have a month and a half off from school, so just kind of getting back into the swing of things. Happy to be here. Curious how this weekend is going to go with this snowmageddon that's supposed to be coming. It was just in Texas and it was 60 degrees, so my body's in shock, but we'll see.
The snow seems to have faded us at this point.
Yes, I agree.
I was looking now again on Twitter, not the most reliable source for all of your news, but I did see that it's mostly going to be an ice storm now. Is that correct? Brett, do you have any
freezing rain, ice?
Any better analysis on it than I do?
The most recent what's it called?
GFS model or Euro model?
Yeah, Euro model that I saw from 3 hours ago. It had shifted south again, and we're expected to get some snow, but a lot of rain, a lot of freezing rain. But I mean, we should get some snow.
It's gonna change again, man.
Some snow, I hope.
It's kind of a bummer. I wanted some snow.
Me too.
Just don't want the freezing rain. That's when you get in trouble.
I really like
that's what gets on the power lines and powers out and different things like that.
Well, Brett, what did I say last week? As long as I have...
Well, this would be the worst case scenario for a lot of people.
Power?
Yeah, you'd probably have no power if it ices.
Yeah.
I told
they already
Brett,
tested us with that Verizon outage. That was awful.
That was crazy. I told Brett last week, as I guess it started to surface that it could be a big snowstorm coming in. I said, Brett, as long as I've got Wi-Fi, heat, and warm water, I'm fine with it.
And as long as DoorDash works or something like that as well.
Well,
you gotta. I can't imagine you going 3 days without Chipotle.
I've faded DoorDash,
especially with the Signetti news out.
I went to Whole Foods yesterday.
Oh, that's right. You did
the other day
there.
and stocked up.
Yes.
Yeah, the grocery stores are getting slim pickings these days.
If I were a grocery store, I'd just tell everyone once a month that some dramatic weather storm is coming in.
I think that's what some of these people are.
Yeah.
They're hiding as meteorologists, but they're really wanting us to get to their stores. They got
Smart
me.
Move.
They got me.
Yeah, me too.
Are meteorologists turning into professional rage baiters or
I think so, man.
engagement baiters?
Yeah.
It seems
people
way.
were saying 30 inches 2 days ago for snow. It's crazy.
I saw 26. I didn't believe that.
No.
But I mean, there is a big wave coming through, so you never know. You never know.
Yeah, because the watch party is supposed to be Saturday night. So
Correct.
that affects that, and everything. So
I'll still be there. It's just down the street from me.
Well, you can walk, right?
I mean, I could walk, yes. That's probably what I will do, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see. It's going to change again before.
Yeah. Other than that, Brett, how are you?
Good. I'm glad Allie didn't bring up the Chili's thing as well.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I covered it yesterday.
Did you forget?
I made sure to cover it yesterday.
About
No, okay, the second that Ohio State
it was
lost.
before the game even ended, you were texting.
I know.
Yeah.
As she should.
Yeah. It was 3 Chili's or something.
So I can't bet with the jobs that I have on campus. So this is the most exciting kind of bet placement I can possibly be a part of. So I was very excited when I saw that, and I have thought about it, but I forgot about it this
You've
moment.
got your menu order ready too.
Oh yeah.
I know. I was doing some early scouting last week.
Scouting.
We need to set a date and live stream.
Yeah, there's some content. Live stream on Fan Run Radio.
Watch me and Alex paying the bill.
yeah. Well, slow-mo of the signing.
Losers.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Jackson, how are you on this fine Thursday?
I'm pretty good. I'm hanging in there. First week of class is almost done. I'm ready for it to be over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah. I'm
He's
kind of
ready to graduate.
I'm kind of done with school.
Oh my gosh.
It was weird coming back and just going back into a classroom because all I heard over break from my family members was how done I was and how close I am to being done. So I kind of got into that mindset of, I'm done. And then I had to go and sit in an hour and 15-minute long lecture this morning.
And then it's going to be, what are you going to do next?
Oh my gosh. Get the question every day.
Yeah.
It is that time of year.
It just really dampened my mood today. I'm kind of ready for school to be done.
Wow.
See, I'm the opposite. I would love to not graduate in May. Like I'd love to keep going.
Never
And
graduate,
I love
isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
right. And I love all of my classes. So I'm
there you go.
excited. I was giddy doing my homework last night.
Wow.
But
I'm telling you, it hits you like a Mac truck. May 16th. I mean, waking up, I was like, geez,
yeah.
it's over.
More time with Brett.
Dramatic.
One of my assignments is whether I have to write an opinion piece on whether Tony Vitello will be a success or a failure in his
nice.
first year with the Giants.
There you go.
pretty
So
fun.
those are fun
Fun.
assignments. Though.
So fun.
Journalism people have fun assignments.
Yeah.
Now,
I took all the fun classes last semester.
Yeah.
I'm stuck with all the. I messed this up. I had 12 hours last semester, really easy classes. This semester I have 15 hours, and it's all.
But you said one was walking, didn't you?
Last semester, but that was
Oh,
only
okay.
that was only
I took one of those.
that was only a quarter of the semester.
How fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a couple that are gonna kick my butt.
That made me think of, we have to test Alex, his knowledge on cricket. Remember he was
Yeah,
taking
I
that-
do remember that.
I
got-
also took that class.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow. Got some-
Separately from his.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of cricketers in here.
Yeah. Cricket, if that's
Yeah.
what they call them.
I guess.
Is that what they call them? Allie?
Cricketers?
Cricketers?
What's the
What are
name
they-
of them? Come on.
So I
Miss-
did write an essay on this. That was not something I was giddy writing, but I couldn't
yeah.
tell you. I will say Caleb Webb, former Vol, was a really great cricket player.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was the best in our class.
There you go. Bright future for him in cricket.
Yeah.
In cricket.
I will say, a lot of those classes are interesting.
Yeah.
And obviously, I put a lot more effort into the journalism classes than I did the others.
Yeah.
But I always tried to go in with a open mindset.
Mm-hmm.
There was one theology class that I took, and I walked out of the class 15 minutes in and canceled it and dropped out. It was so bad. I was like, I can't do this. I'm not going to listen to this every week.
Wow.
It wasn't even bad.
Yeah.
Just the guy was a weirdo.
Right.
And he, we had an exam every 2 weeks. I was like, I'm not doing that. I got
Especially if it
sports
didn't
to
affect
cover.
you or you
Yeah.
had to have
Yeah,
it or
exactly.
anything like that. So,
So
makes sense.
I filed that up with hospitality for hotels and
Leisure
tourism.
studies.
Yeah,
Definitely going to use that.
yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, good stuff. Let's get into our first things first topic, and that is Tennessee's quarterback situation. QB1 or season done? Is that what it'll mean for Josh Heupel heading into year 6? As George McIntyre is ESPN's pick to be Tennessee football's starting quarterback next season, according to ESPN and a couple of their college football analysts. Getting the nod over Faison Brandon and Colorado transfer Ryan Staub, while Joey Aguilar's future remains in question. ESPN predicted all starting quarterbacks for the Power 4 teams heading into the offseason, and this is what Eli Letterman and Max Olson and Adam Rittenberg wrote, saying, quote, "It's hard to tell what the plan is for the Vols right now. Starting quarterback Joey Aguilar is seeking an additional year of eligibility as a former junior college transfer. At the moment, George McIntyre seems to be the right pick." And would you guys consider George McIntyre the front runner for the starting job as things currently stand? Now, it's not like McIntyre has a plethora of experience. He's, taken a very small amount of snaps and appeared, very sparingly in games this past season. Faison Brandon is not even 18 years old yet, but he was a 5-star coming out of high school, highly recruited and highly rated, has a very high ceiling if a lot of his projections are correct. And then you got Ryan Staub, who is, I think, happy to be here and, gets to play quarterback for an SEC school. I don't think Staub is going to have any shot at starting at quarterback. So I really think it's down to Brandon and McIntyre. And I would consider GMAC the front runner just because he has at least an extra year of being in college experience. I know he hadn't played a ton, but I think it is really valuable to go through the motions of what it's like being a college athlete. You know, in high school, you're the man and you're better than a lot of guys because, 3 out of the 22 players on the field at the time will probably be playing college football somewhere. And honestly, most of them aren't playing at a Power 4 level. So you're just better than everyone. And, obviously you can push yourself and continue to practice and all of that. But when you get on a college campus, it's a lot different. There's practice and weight room sessions at 7 in the morning. There's nutrition and dietary concerns and restrictions and stuff like that. It's a totally different world. So I value that experience for McIntyre, having that at least for one season, and also going through the reps and practice, understanding the offense. So I would say, yes, GMAC is the favorite. But if Faison Brandon can come in here and quickly adapt to this offense, maybe put on some muscle, with Derek Owings, who's now come in as a strength and conditioning coach over from Indiana for the Volunteers, the highest paid strength and conditioning coach in college football heading into the new year, that is. If he can put on some weight, if he can, develop into this offense quickly enough, maybe he has a shot in the summer. But right now, I'd say GMAC is a front runner. Allie, would you agree with that or disagree that McIntyre is the front runner for the job?
I would agree. I mean, I know it's just a year difference, but he has a lot more wisdom and he knows the system. He knows what college football is going to look like. And he also has the talent. I mean, he was a highly recruited quarterback, of course, out of high school. And I think that he has what it takes given the situation that we're in. I do wish that they let him have a few snaps last year. There were some opportunities, maybe against UAB, where they put Jake Merklinger in. Not a lot of people were expecting him to come back this year, so would have loved to see George McIntyre get some snaps and have experience in that way. But I don't expect Josh Heupel to start a freshman who has no experience in college football at all. But, they will obviously get to battle it out for that, but I see George.
Yeah, and there were a couple of games that you kind of had circled where you could have potentially seen a George McIntyre play, but sometimes those games were a little bit tighter than you had wanted, and didn't end up seeing them. And I know that Merklinger was probably out the door, but in terms of a coach and what recruits are looking at and, possible portal guys are looking at, I think starting the third stringer over the second stringer wouldn't have been a good look, saying that, he basically gave up on his guy in the middle of the season. I know that McIntyre has a higher ceiling and is going to be here longer, but as a coach, you also have to, stay in line with, what you're putting down on your depth chart and the respect you have for a guy that's been in the locker room for a couple of seasons. So I think that's the big reason why we saw more Merklinger this year than McIntyre. But I know Brett was never happy to see Merk in action.
No, I don't think anybody can sit here and say with a straight face they were either. Mac should have started the bowl game, and this could have been – I think it could have been – the transition could have been easier because people could have seen, GMAC in action. All right, this is what we have to look forward to next season. I mean, especially considering Joey had this thing he's dealing with his arm and all that other stuff and the not knowing. You still don't know if he's going to play or be eligible, but, this could be a Hooker Milton type situation for me. Does Faison get in camp and just wow the coaches, kind of like Milton did with his big arm and athletic ability and things like that? Because you like the dual threat idea of Faison Brandon. He's already starting off, as a bigger body and things like that, and provides more, I think, for Heupel's offense. So I could see it either way, but they recruited McIntyre to be the quarterback just like they did Faison. They knew this kid was going to struggle to put on weight. If that was a big issue, I don't think they would have recruited the kid to come to Knoxville and things like that to be a possible quarterback. So I think you could see either one right now. But as we said here today, I think it's going to be George, and I think this Owens guy's going to put some weight on him. How much, we'll see. But I'm excited to see either one of these guys, and I think they're going to have their ups and downs next season, no matter who plays. So, but I'll say it's McIntyre, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Faison either.
Jackson, what about you? George McIntyre, your front runner at this point in the game?
Yeah, I'd say it's George, but it's not he's not leading by a bunch. It's probably like a 50 or a 45, 55 kind of thing. I think a lot of people forget that George McIntyre was a 5-star quarterback, a top 10 quarterback before he had a minor injury and skipped the Elite 11 camp, and then 24/7 dropped him down to a 4-star. This guy was top quarterback in the class before something like an off-season injury. He's still a really good ball player, and like Brett said, they knew about the weight thing and his eating disorder or whatever. It likely came up during recruiting. And we see skinny quarterbacks ball out all the time now. Jaden McDaniels did it. He's still doing it in the NFL. Marcel Reed's doing it. I can't think of any more off the top of my head, but I mean, if you can take a hit, then that's all that matters.
And hopefully, Derek Owings can.
Yeah,
add some
and you
beef
have
to
a
that.
guy that I believe he put. I saw something on Twitter. I believe that he put 20 pounds on Fernando Mendoza this offseason. So, I mean, they're pretty similar builds. So, I don't know, but also the luster or I can't think of the word, but just the what Faison brings to the table really kind of makes you want to just throw him out there.
Sure.
He was
The potential.
Some sites had him as the number 1 quarterback in the country. That really excites you. And give him a full spring and fall camp, and if he can learn the offense, why not? Because like it's been said, he doesn't have, besides maybe a handful of snaps, much more experience than George does. So, I right now it's George, but like Brett said, I think it could go either way.
If you're in that YouTube chat, go reply to our poll. Who will be the starting quarterback for the Volunteers in 2026? And one person in the chat writes, GMAC, and please do not bring up Joey interception. Well, I'm sorry, Buck, but we will be bringing up Joey Aguilar as he is seeking another year of eligibility alongside 25 other former junior college players who added their name to the Diego Pavia lawsuit, which helped the Vanderbilt quarterback return to college football this season and led the Commodores to 10 wins for the first time in program history. According to court documents, a preliminary injunction is set for Aguilar and the other players on February 10th. And Aguilar obviously came in by way of UCLA and Appalachian State following the departure of Nico Iamaleava and had a strong season, 3,565 yards, 24 touchdowns, and those 10 interceptions that people in the chat are referring to. But let's say Aguilar does get ruled eligible for another season. How big of a difference would he make for this team and their future and their ceiling next season if he were to come back? And I think it significantly raises the ceiling and puts Tennessee firmly in the mix as a college football playoff contender. Because this past season, your offense got back to what it looked like in 2022, and the defense then went back to what it looked like in 2022. A number of miscues and missed tackles. It's almost like every other year, or every year, like one side of the ball is much better than the other. Like in 2024, the defense was superb. And the offense was like, you got Dylan Sampson, and then everything kind of down the field is hit or miss. But this past year, you got your offense back in gear. You return a ton of production on that side of the football. The defense, you've invested a ton of money in through the portal, and that's going to be a significantly upgraded group. Let's also mention a kicker in Cooper Ranvier. You bring him into the mix. He was tough as nails last year for Louisville, has a little bit of pizzazz to him, isn't afraid to go taunt a Miami bench on the road. I like that. So I think this is an improved roster from what you had last season. And if you add Aguilar back into the mix, a quarterback that has seen every single defensive set and scheme possible, I think that bodes well for the Volunteers. And I know you got a 9-game SEC schedule, but I think that would immediately raise the ceiling for this team and put Tennessee firmly in college football playoff contention if Aguilar were to return. And I use that off of the history we have right now of teams that have success. Go look at the teams in the college football playoff. old quarterbacks, guys that are on, their final year of eligibility or losing eligibility here in another year, like older quarterbacks win. I don't think that the same with 18, 19-year-old quarterbacks. So Aguilar would raise the ceiling for me. Allie, what about you?
That's such a great point about the playoff teams that were very successful with older quarterbacks. This would bring a veteran presence. This would bring comfortability in the offense. I think that this would just make a lot more sense for this offense, but it's not impossible without him. Is it seeming like this is a possibility? I feel like we've only heard negative things. What's the update there?
Well, I think the tough thing about it is you can't really give an update because at the end of the day, the only guy that knows is the one that's holding the mallet and the one that's making the ruling. I will say I think Trinidad Chambliss will get cleared. I think he's going to get another year.
But his is different.
But his is different, and I know I know it's different. But his is in a court system too.
Yeah.
So that helps, but it's also helping that it's in his backyard of
and
Lafayette County.
College football wants him back.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Tennessee's a big brand. You bring Joey Aguilar
this
back.
Exciting. He'd be a Heisman favorite.
Chambliss, look, I want Chambliss to play, most definitely. But to Allie's question, you can't really give a firm opinion on it. Because CBS came out last 2 weeks ago, a couple Sundays ago, and said that it's unlikely he gets the ruling.
Yeah.
But what are they basing that off of? Are they talking to the judge? I don't think the judge is allowed to tell him what he's going to do. So
attorneys?
But again, the attorneys aren't the one making the decision either.
No. They would have an idea, I guess, but I don't know. I think, Sorry, go ahead. Finish your point.
But that is my point. I don't think there is an answer at this moment. So, we can, think and predict, but at the end of the day, it's the guy wearing the cloak up on the stand that makes the decision here. But 26 other players involved, that is significant as well. That's different from Chambliss. But I'd say right now I don't think anyone knows. Is that fair to say? And what would his ceiling, what would Tennessee's ceiling be if he were to return?
I think it's playoffs. I think it's easy too. We scored 40 points a game. I was just looking through that. Even against the best defenses, you're still putting up 24, 28 points a game. And I think if your defense is improved, Joey's going to go out there and put points on the board. I think he's going to have the familiarity with the wide receivers. The offensive line arguably could be better. And then if you got a defense to back it up, maybe get more possessions and things like that. I think this is easily a playoff team, honestly. I have no reason to think otherwise because we also don't know when that arm stuff started hurting, Joey. And did that affect things against OU? And our downhill passing game kind of went. Now, I don't know if the defense were taken away, but, I think this is a playoff team, though, honestly, because I know we have a tougher schedule, but, I just like the roster is built, and we've been saying we're just kind of missing a quarterback. And if you tell me you get a Joey Aguilar back, and we've seen what a second-year quarterback's done in this system, I think that excites – I know it excites me. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm pretty down on this team. That would definitely pick me up.
It's interesting that Josh Heupel has never had a back-to-back returning starter. So last year, obviously, Joey Aguilar started. He's never had a quarterback that started the entirety of the past season come back and start again. That would have been Nico Iamaleava. It's technically Hendon Hooker, but Hendon Hooker didn't start the season in 2021. So this would be the first guy that would start and finish, hopefully, knock on wood, next season as a full-time starter. So I think that plays into it as well. But another thing we, covered at nauseum in the portal was the quarterback position. You go after Sam Levitt. You go after Bo Perbula, Ty Simpson. You miss on all those guys. But those were all kind of top-tier, upper echelon quarterbacks. And if Joey Aguilar does return, I don't think you have an issue with that because, as some people are pointing out in the comments, Josh Hoover was another highly anticipated transfer.
Day one, though, he was Indiana.
And he goes to Indiana, yes, but what he's comparing is Hoover has 71 touchdowns and 33 interceptions in his career. Aguilar has 80 to 34. So it would be the same type of numerical statistics returning for Tennessee.
Aguilar played at App, though, too, right?
And that's true, yes. But just in terms of career statistics, I don't think it's that much different than going and getting a portal quarterback if Aguilar is able to return.
And does Aguilar want to return? I mean, he's
he doesn't have a choice
to come back to school.
Well, he didn't enter the portal, so he has to come back to Tennessee.
Or he go NFL, right?
The NFL.
I'm just saying he doesn't have to.
He's not going to the NFL.
Okay. If he's going to go, this is the year to go.
Well, yeah, but I don't even think he'd be
he could be a backup. He could for sure be a backup quarterback. He throws a good enough ball.
I don't think he would get drafted.
I'm not.
He'd be a
I don't
UDFA.
I'm not saying drafted, but he could stick around in the league for sure.
I don't know, but I look at guys that had higher ceilings.
But you added Staub. That also seems like the Aguilar. Tennessee has to know something. I mean, they can't just be out in the cold on this. Because then just Staub's going to leave. I don't know. I can't see one of the young guys leaving. Max didn't. I don't know.
Well, none of them can leave now. I mean, they're locked in. There's no more portal.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, Staub isn't a home run hit by any means.
No, but I'm saying you added a third quarterback.
But it's just a warm body that could possibly play. I mean, your next option would be a walk-on quarterback. So you can't. I mean, obviously you can't go into the season with just only two quarterbacks.
Right. Yeah.
But real quick before the break, knowing what you know now, would you have supported the Vols' portal blueprint in the pursuit of a quarterback that we saw unfold, or would you have rather gone for like a Caden Hauser out of East Carolina that ended up committing to Illinois? Would you have rather gone the Colton Joseph route as he goes to Wisconsin? Would you have settled for a B to C tier range quarterback instead of shooting for the moon? I'm still in the camp that, you got to go for it, guns blazing. Levitt, Simpson, any of those guys would have been a big time game changer. All those B to C tier guys.
Sorsby, I'm sure we went after Sorsby too,
Sorsby.
Right?
Yeah, Sorsby was a tough loss.
He seemed like the first one, honestly.
He was. So you went after those guys, guns blazing. Didn't work out, but you get Aguilar, I think it works. But I think overall I'm fine with the portal blueprint because then you'd be in a situation of, okay, you're starting to Caden Hauser, who had a solid season for East Carolina. But also, is he that much better than what you already have in terms of development for a McIntyre or Brandon? Was that a necessary addition type of deal? That's the way I look at it. So I wouldn't change what Tennessee did. I would have stuck with going for the best of the best, and if it doesn't work out, you're in the current situation you're in right now. Allie, weigh in on that, and Brett, I'll give you a chance to answer as well, and then we'll hit the break.
I understand that there are some quarterbacks that you can't pass up on the opportunity to go after, but I almost wish that they'd kind of just stuck to, we're supporting George and Faison. We know that they can do the job, because it's making fans doubt them a little bit and doubt that the coaches have trust in them. It's also probably making George and Faison feel that distrust and feel like the coaches may not think that they have what it takes. So not exactly happy with how that's ended, but I understand the effort to try and get some of those guys.
Brett, what about you?
Oh, you know me. I was kind of not. I would have been fine with a second-tier guy. I think with the way Aguilar came in, playing at a lower level himself, I think you could have done well with one of those B to B minus type quarterbacks, whether it's Colton Josephs or not. But I just think we spent too much time trying to go after. I mean, you went twice after Levitt, and then Heupel spending his time at Ty Simpson, and he ended up going to the draft. So you just feel like you kind of wasted some time while guys were coming off the board that I feel like these guys would have committed here easily over some of the places they did go to, and I think we'd feel a lot better because quarterback's the most important position on the field. It would have been nice to have him in the boat already, then go after all these defensive guys. But you are where you are, and maybe Aguilar comes back, and it's you're in a great situation going into the next season.
Couple of YouTube chats real quick. Joey goes to the CFL, says David speaks. He also adds in that Staub is gas pipe. Shout out Gaston Moore. And then Buck says, does Tennessee own the rights to Aguilar? Could he not just go to another team? He did not enter the transfer portal. That means he would be unable to transfer somewhere else.
And it's not stopping people.
Well, Joey would come back. He wouldn't be going anywhere. When we come back, though, we'll switch over to the hardwood. Tennessee now expecting to play against a former NBA G Leaguer on Saturday. Crazy headline. We'll break it down when we return right here on the Playbook on Fan Run Radio.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
Men all around Knoxville are celebrating the difference Men's Pro has made in their life. I'm Evan Bass, founder of the clinic. If you're struggling with ED, we want you to be able to celebrate as well. As men, we hate going to the doctor, but Men's Pro was designed to take care of men like you better. These things can get worse if untreated, but you're not alone. The medical support team at Men's Pro has your back. Today's the day to feel alive again. ED, performance issues, enhancement. We've effectively helped men jumpstart their performance comprehensively and with proven medication dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate team, and under guidance from our medical provider, you could leave with a plan that changes your life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronknoxville.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm gonna hop online and I'm gonna get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
All right, back here on the Playbook presented by VIP Play. We appreciate you hanging out with us on this Thursday. Great discussions on Tennessee's quarterback situation at the top of the show. Now we'll switch over to the hardwood as Tennessee has a very interesting matchup on the horizon this Saturday as Tennessee basketball is set to play a former NBA player on Saturday. Now, a little bit of an excerpt mark there. I say NBA player. It's the catchy headline. But he, in fairness, on 2 media days in the last 3 seasons, he has dressed out for media days with the Pistons and the Spurs. So, technically, I can say it. But regardless, he is a former Alabama center, and that is Charles Bediako, and he has been granted a temporary restraining order and is immediately eligible to participate for Alabama basketball. Nick Kelly and On3 and others report. And Bediako is a professional player for the Motor City Cruise of the NBA G League, the affiliate of the Detroit Pistons, also where Chaz Lanier, former Tennessee guard and VFL, has played a couple of times this season. But Bediako hadn't played for Alabama since 2023. So it's been a while since the guy has played in college, and he's going to be immediately eligible on Saturday, and it could possibly be the only game he's eligible for, which is even crazier because he's got another court date next Tuesday that could knock him out. In an update that we received last night is Alabama expects to play Bediako, quote, if things go smoothly over the next couple of days. And that comes from Nick Kelly of Alabama.com. And, yesterday, Brett, we had discussed would he actually even play. I said he would. And you're like, I don't even know if the guy's going to play. He's a G Leaguer coming back to college. He can't be that good. But he's expected to play. We'll see the type of capacity he plays in terms of the numbers. But I think if Bediako has a strong performance against Tennessee, what will unfold after is potentially historic, because this is a guy that has played in the G League for multiple seasons now and is coming back by way of the court system to be able to play college basketball. If this were to happen, I think significant moves by either the NCAA or coaches or even the NCAA selection committee would then start to come in and put their foot down and say this isn't happening. Because you've got UConn's athletic director that is basically saying if this guy's allowed to play, then throw the handbook out, throw the rule book out on what's allowed to happen. Because this is the NCAA's opportunity to step down and say, hell no, we're not allowing this to happen. And the way they can do that might not be through the court, but by telling that selection committee, this game doesn't count. This one does not count for the NCAA tournament. And then you'll have coaches rethinking what they should be doing and how they should be adding new players. So that's what I think it could happen if he has a strong outing. If he goes 20-10, first off, Twitter is going to be on fire. All social media will be on fire. Again, not the best place for opinions, but I would take the opinions of people on this one. And then outside of that disaster on Twitter, it would then spread a ton of light on what the hell are we doing? You know, why are we allowing a guy that has played G League basketball for multiple seasons? He's recorded like over 40 career games in the G League. Why are we allowing a guy to come back and then use a court system to get eligible? The NCAA can step down. They've just got to say that game's not going to count for the tournament. And watch how many coaches start doing this and have their tournament hopes and futures dashed because they're trying to play the fine print game of being able to get guys eligible. So that's what I think could possibly unfold if he has a big outing. If he comes out and sucks, lays the bed, it probably won't be that big of a deal, and then he'll probably get ruled ineligible, or maybe if he's even ruled eligible, he won't be that big of a difference. But if he has a big outing, I anticipate some big changes to come. Allie, if Bediako has a strong performance, what do you think will unfold after?
Madness. I mean, I think this would set a new precedent that this can happen more frequently. I think people would find loopholes in this. I mean, what's stopping someone who spent like 16 years in the NBA from coming back and wanting to get their degree all of a sudden? I mean, there's so many possibilities of what this could turn into, and I think that this is something that needs to be absolutely stopped immediately. And taking it back to the Miami Notre Dame college football playoff discussion, like this just throws another wrench in things if you're looking at head-to-head matchups and all of that. So yeah, I think the NCAA needs to figure this out before this game happens.
Brett, what about you? You weren't very high on Bediako yesterday, but what if he comes out and drops 20-10? What would unfold after that? They'll
hang his jersey from the rafters. He's a 7-footer. That's about all I can say about him. He's not a good basketball player. I personally don't think we're going to win the game, whether he plays or not. The only thing I'm mad about is obviously what you guys are mad about, the fact that he's got this, whatever you want to call it, the ability to come back and play after 3 years of being out. But, yeah, I mean, it doesn't do anything for me as far as this game's concerned, but, but I don't know. I think it's a nothing burger personally. I think the only issue I have is the fact that what you guys are saying, though, the whole NCAA thing with letting this guy come back and play after 3 years of being in whatever league it is he's been in. But, yeah, I don't think it affects this Saturday's game whatsoever.
Bediako playing has no impact on the game.
He's played professional basketball for the last couple of years.
He's a career 3.2 and 2 rebounds in college.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I mean, you're still playing at a professional
pace.
He
currently averaging 1 point a game.
He gets to shoot 3-pointers from a less distant. Like, he gets to shoot easier 3-pointers, doesn't he?
Well, I mean, he's a 7-foot guy, so I don't even think he's.
And bigs aren't the reason why we've lost games this year either.
Well, I'd say against Kentucky, getting out rebounded 13-8 and having a 19-7 disadvantage in points off turnovers was pretty significant.
And also, if he's going against guys that are, maybe a step up from college, then he's getting more experience and he's going to come in with different perspective.
And the thing I added yesterday, too, like, he's no longer a college athlete. Like, he's not having to go to classes. He hasn't been going to classes over the last 3 years. And I know, like, okay, that's not that big of a difference. But what it is a difference It's the type of trainers and nutritionists and all of that goes into it. This guy's
point.
working his tail off every day to play basketball. He's not worried about going to, boot scoots on the strip and, going to class and all of that.
So he's gotten bigger and stronger? Has he gotten better at basketball?
He's a better basketball player than what he was 3 years ago, I'm sure.
He's made it further.
Obviously not. He's having to come back to college to make a paycheck. He's gotten worse at basketball. If anything, you're stepping down to try and move yourself back up.
But the reason why he's going back down is because look at the NIL.
Yeah,
he's not making
exactly.
He's not making diddly squat for the G League.
Exactly.
He's probably going to make $200,000.
So can you really blame the guy for finding
the
a loophole?
I can blame the NCAA for allowing it to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if anything, Baylor's at fault for all this. They're letting that kid play, and he's been out since 23 as well.
Difference between him, he didn't even play. He got drafted, but he didn't play or sign a contract. I guess this guy hadn't signed a contract either. But I mean,
he hasn't.
I mean, once you're NBA draft eligible and you submit your name, I think you should be immediately axed.
I can't believe that's not a rule somewhere already.
But like in the NFL, it is. Like in the NFL, once you are in the draft or in the combine, you're done. Like there's no turning around and saying I'm back. And like there was some loophole with Shamar Stewart they tried to do, like when
he got drafted or whatever. Yeah.
But like he would have had to take that.
It was close.
He would have had to take that to court and all those things, and probably wouldn't have been like the NFL is a lot tighter on it.
Yeah.
But the NFL doesn't have a minor league like the NBA G League. But regardless, here, I mean, it's still the principle of a guy that hadn't played since 2023 coming back. He's going to be better.
He's an old man. He can't play with these young kids.
Old man? He's 24. He's 23 right now. He's 24 on March 3rd.
I love how
Joey's
you guys
age.
think this is a huge
That should
deal.
make you like a 24-year-old is going to go up against 18 and 19 and 20-year-olds.
Nate Ament.
That doesn't bother you.
How old is Akpar? He's like 20. He's 21.
Yeah, the guy's 4 years older than him.
There's only been one big dominatus, and that was Chinulu.
That's like, and you coach soccer, right?
Yes.
Let's say like a group, your 8th grade soccer team is now going to go up against a bunch of 4th graders. Like, how is that going to go down?
Great analogy.
That's not.
But it's an older, it's a guy that's played a ton of college basketball.
You're talking about a 6-year-old compared to.
All right, fine. 18. All right, what are we talking about with quarterbacks?
I mean, they do it. I mean, when you're in high school, you're playing against a senior.
Well, but most of the kids playing are juniors and seniors going up against juniors and seniors.
Say they have JV for a reason.
This is a freshman versus like a 3-year double graduate or something. Like
the only way this is affecting if he goes out and has what you say 20 and 10.
I know.
But if he goes out and has 4 and 5, he's going to go out and have like 4 and 5. He might play 10 minutes.
Even if he scores a point, I'm going to be mad. He shouldn't be on the court.
Yeah.
I agree with the thing, but I'm talking about now. If you just want to talk that angle, I agree that shouldn't happen. But for the game itself, I don't think it's going to have a huge impact. Because I think Bama's better than us with him or without him.
My thing here is when we're talking college football, right? We talk about these older, experienced quarterbacks. Why are they better? Because they've played a lot of football. There's a reason why I'd rather have a 23-year-old Carson Beck than an 18-year-old George McIntyre to begin my season. And again, that's an extreme hypothetical. I don't do hypotheticals, but I'm just saying, like, you would rather have an experienced guy. And Bediako's an experienced guy, whether we like it or not, whether he's a top performer or not. There are guys in college that have played a ton of football that were probably not anything for the first 3 years of their career, but are just older and stronger and bigger than everyone by their 6th or 7th year that they become an impact. So, I mean, like Joey Aguilar wasn't great at App State.
Yeah.
But he was really good for Tennessee this year because he's, 23, 24 years old. So that's what I'm going at here. But if he has a big night, I mean, there has to be someone that steps in and says this can't be going down. And
why isn't someone stepping in before the game? Like, why is this even being entertained?
Well, I think the thing is the NCAA has now been, I guess, overruled in a court system. Now there's a new trial/meeting next Tuesday, and he could be ruled ineligible after that. But the NCAA said no, and then he took it to court locally, and they said yes.
So I guess that brings me to the broader question of when are we going to get a real governing body of these things where you can't just take it to your local courthouse down the street. Like, when you said the Lafayette County Court, I've been in that courthouse. I really hope my mom's not listening because she doesn't know this story. But, I mean, I've been – it's a really small – it's a really small courthouse.
Okay, Jackson.
And the fact that his decision's going to be – I mean, it's like 10 minutes from Ole Miss campus. That's ridiculous that gets to take place there.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. So, I mean, it's kind of a joke of the NCAA, I guess.
People on the chat saying Bediako will go for 7 to 10 rebounds and 2 to 4 blocks. Brett, would you agree with that?
I'm not going to agree to anything that guy's going to do. I don't know. He's a terrible basketball player.
During his 70 games, 67 starts in Tuscaloosa, Bediako averaged 6.6 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 1.7 blocks in 20 minutes of action. And he was a member of the All-SEC freshman team during his first year and the conference's All-Defensive team during his second year. All-conference player back in 2022 is coming back in 2026. If Bediako is ruled ineligible next week, though, they should not consider this game for the NCAA tournament. I don't care what happens. I don't care if Tennessee loses by 50.
It's a quality loss either way. On the road at Alabama.
But
a ranked team.
But an ineligible player playing and again, like.
But the thing states they can't do anything to oppose anything whether he's playing or not. That's what the court order said.
Well, but what the NCAA is saying, what the NCAA put out in their statement, he signed 3 NBA contracts after competing in college for 2 seasons. The NCAA has not and will not grant eligibility to any prospective or returning student athletes who have signed an NBA contract. So if it's the NCAA tournament, the NCAA can say we're not considering that game.
Now, if he does play well and Tennessee finds a way to win, does that boost?
Then it doesn't count.
Game?
You guys tell me it doesn't count.
Well, but
why is it going to count for us? It's not going to count for them.
Because they have an advantage.
You might got me there.
I think it would almost make it more impressive if he
had. That's what that's what I'm asking is if Tennessee, if he drops 30 points and has 18 rebounds and 5 assists, and Tennessee finds a way to win. In March, are we sitting here listening about how this is a really impressive win by Tennessee because they beat the cheaters in Tuscaloosa?
Maybe you get 2 wins.
Yeah.
You get a win for ineligibility and you get a win for the game.
Do you get to wipe a loss off your record for this one?
Let's take that Illinois one or the Syracuse one off.
So, I mean, I feel like it should count. It shouldn't count if Alabama wins and he does well, but it should count extra if Tennessee wins, despite him having an all-world performance.
That works out pretty well for Tennessee. A win-win situation.
Well, because it sounds like Tennessee's getting shafted here by having to play him because he has another court hearing on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's coincidental that Tennessee's the team. People say we're crazy, but it's always Tennessee that has these things happen to them.
Yeah. All right, when we come back after the break, we'll continue these conversations. Stay right here. It's the Playbook on Fan Run Radio.
You're listening to Fan Run Radio, the sports humans.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Are you tired of spending hours on laundry and ironing? Let Crown Cleaners handle your dry cleaning so you can handle your business. Our expert team can take care of your clothes, removing stains and wrinkles like they were never there. Whether it's your best suit or everyday attire, we handle it all at Crown Cleaners. Say goodbye to laundry stress and hello to extra free time. Crown Cleaners, Big Orange Country's imperial dry cleaning service since the 1960s. Online at crowncleaners.com.
All right, back here on the Playbook. We appreciate you hanging out with us on this Thursday. A couple of final thoughts in the first hour before we head into hour number 2. A lot of fun on the way. Portal boom or bust. Also going down the NFL awards, giving our ballots for the MVP, Coach of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Player of the Years.
I didn't notice what you did on that sheet either.
What do you mean?
Well, I noticed the bold was used a little bit
what
more
do you mean?
On certain players on those award lists.
I don't know. I just was going down the list of players I was given.
And I thought it had a note that said play Duval.
Well, there could be one in there as well. Will pointed it out as well. I like that, though. That tells me y'all are reading the notes. That tells me I'm not just sitting there wasting my time. So I appreciate that.
I actually texted him. I was reading some of the notes while I was on break, and I texted him about one of the things that I thought was funny on there.
Oh,
so
okay.
I wasn't going to.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, should I share?
If you want to, yes. I mean,
okay,
cat's out of the bag now.
He uses the word shine better elsewhere, or the phrase.
Uh-huh.
Do you know where that comes from?
I know, because he's been doing it a lot recently with me.
Well, we do always do the portal rundown.
Yeah.
But shine better elsewhere, I did get from
sorority recruitment.
Oh my God.
Because that's a term that is very commonly used inside of that. And I read the notes one day and I was like, no way.
Man, I've been letting that slide for
it's
2
not.
weeks.
All right, first off, it's a common phrase outside of sorority recruitment. But just in college, that's what they would always use. Like if there was some girl that didn't go somewhere, they'd be like, "Oh, she's a shine better elsewhere." Mm. And I'm not
portal transfers in the sorority world.
Technically, they're all transfers. They're all transferred in. And they've got, 20, 25 sororities all dishing out NIL money.
Wow. And you'll get girls that say they're going to commit to you, and then they last minute, change their commitment.
Sweetens the deal.
Last minute, Lane Kiffin flies in. They're all going tried out, But yeah.
Speaking of Lane Kiffin, something that was real common at Ole Miss my freshman year was girls would commit to a fraternity or a sorority and then transfer to another school to be that sorority at the school they really wanted to go to.
That is genius.
That's a thing. If like the recruitment's too hard at Alabama, but they want to be like a Zeta at Alabama, they'll go to like a small school in Alabama.
Genius.
Get that sorority and then.
That's genius.
Manipulative.
Literally, recruitment, sororities and fraternities is literally the portal.
That's crazy.
Everyone gets their portal board. You start.
Did you have to turn down big money elsewhere?
I did, but
Memphis wanted you back, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I was an SAE. My dad was a Sigma Chi though.
No way. My dad was also a Sigma Chi.
Yeah, so we did not fight over it. We did not fight over
butt
it.
heads.
No, I was friends with a lot of different guys in different fraternities.
You're a good dude, William.
Thank you. The glazing. All right. When we come back, hour number 2, we'll do portal boom or bust. A lot of kids have found new locations for the upcoming season. We'll tell you if they'll boom or bust in their new spot. We'll also talk about the NFL awards. Stay right here. It's the Playbook on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball that scored points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players in helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Here we go. Hour number 2 on a Thursday, live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. It's the Playbook. Brett Hullander, Allie Campbell, and Jackson Freeman joining you. I'm William Pattison. Great stuff in hour number 1. We'll continue it here in hour number 2 as we talk the NFL awards, regular season awards, MVP, Coach of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, all the fixins. We'll give our ballot for the postseason, or I guess, again, I about said postseason again, for the end of season awards. And then we'll also do a new game called Portal Bust or Portal Boom. A lot of really talented players decided to enter the transfer portal, and a lot of bad players did too. But The top ones have found new homes. We'll tell you whether they'll boom or bust in their new location. And we'll do that here in just a sec. We'll also round it out with our final thoughts. Someone on the YouTube chat, though, is saying that the Titans are going back to the...
No, I just looked. I couldn't find anything.
Okay, couldn't find anything there?
I think there's they may be doing new uniforms, and there's speculation, but I just did a search on Twitter and could not find any official word
Interesting.
that they were
It seemed
going
early
back.
if they were doing that.
Yeah.
Well, because I think there are 4 or 5 teams changing their uniforms. I know Atlanta's one of them.
No way.
Atlanta's changing them. I think they're kind of going back to that old style because the one they currently have just been like, I don't know, like they have this one where it's a gradient kind of deal. Like it starts red and then goes down black, but they never wore them.
I actually think that's kind of sick.
I don't like the ATL either. I like say the full name. It's Atlanta.
Wait, I like ATL.
But on the jersey, I just think it looks weird. It look kind of NBA-ish.
Man, I wish the Chiefs would do some kind of alternate uniform.
So
I'm not a fan of the fade situation, but I do like the ATL
cool.
on it.
It's so cool.
We'll beg to differ.
Like ATL, that reminds me of the Hornets uniforms that say CLT. You know what I'm talking about? Like I just think it's I don't know, not my thing.
Matt Ryan's bringing it back.
Yeah. Well, they brought in
Old
Stefanski
ways.
yesterday. Matt Ryan was walking around. I saw the video.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, a lot of great quarterbacks to work with there. But even if the Titans were to change, if they're going to be bad, at least look good doing it. So
they got the new stadium, so they want to freshen it up, right?
Well, they're not there yet. They'll be there next season. They got still playing that dump.
In the fall of 2026,
Nissan Stadium.
It should be. It'll be open by this 2026 season.
I thought they had one more year in.
I don't believe so. My stepdad is like a Titans season ticket holder and has tickets in this new stadium, and I believe they're.
Okay, the Titans are set to play their first game in the stadium in the fall of 2027.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
scheduled to open February 27th.
Because the only reason why I know that, Jackson, is because Ole Miss and Louisville are doing the kickoff game in Nashville.
Interesting.
In 26.
In 26, and it's at Nissan Stadium.
Well, then I need to let my stepdad know he has his dates wrong.
Oh, finally made it to Nissan Stadium for the bowl game. After all the talk that you guys have shared about it, it did live up to what you described it
terrible
as.
Stadium.
Originally, though, you said it's not that bad and said I was being dramatic.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's a dump.
It
is.
Okay, see, dump is maybe dramatic. But not great. I mean,
No, it's a dump.
It's the worst venue I've ever been to, period.
It's definitely up there.
It's the worst. My experience there, Tennessee, Virginia, was otherworldly. I could not stand it.
The other, the two sides are way too open. I love how Neyland's so closed and much more intense, I feel like.
The concourse is like walking through a high school hallway during rush hour. Like, it's impossible to get by anyone. The new stadium looks nice. Good for them.
Hopefully they have a quality team there.
A lot of Super Bowls will be hosted there. Titans won't be playing in them, but
empty crowds.
Yeah, plenty of parking.
Yeah.
Cold nachos.
Yeah, because they're going to tear down the old Nissan Stadium and turn that into a parking lot because where the new one is was the old parking lot.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
And then the Jags also making, some changes as well. They'll be playing in Orlando in 2027. David Speaks, ball knower, chimes in and says that.
Wow.
The stadium of the future being built in Jacksonville. Right. I saw the early renderings when I was down there a couple of weeks. It looks great. Look really cool. Really cool.
They'll be in Orlando?
Yeah, they're moving them to Orlando for a season.
Temporarily.
To finish the.
How far is that from Jacksonville?
Oh, sorry.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wait until the cookie cutter domed stadium lands in Kansas City, Kansas.
I know. I don't like that look. I don't.
Can't wait.
Everyone's going for a dome.
I saw a dude on Twitter. It was a end zone picture of Allegiant, SoFi, the rendering of the Nissan, and then one of the potential renderings for Kansas City. And besides the colors, you could not tell a difference of the four stadiums, and that makes me sad
They want to be able to use the facility year round, you know.
Correct.
For like concerts
it's all
and everything.
Yeah.
Going from a stadium like Arrowhead that just has so much, and I'm sure Chicago fans
you should make it retractable though.
Chicago fans are feeling it too. The Soldier Field. It's just you go from a place with so much history that's so unique and iconic to just a cookie cutter dome because you can host things year round in it. It makes me sad.
I'll say my favorite venue of all time and currently is Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. My favorite by far. And I loved the Georgia Dome.
Yeah.
I loved the Georgia Dome. I was so sad to see that go down. But I think out of all these new domes, I think Mercedes-Benz has like uniqueness to it. Like the spiral retractable roof, the design outside.
I do love Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah. That's the place to be.
Big fan.
It's the place to be. All right, we'll swing over to the transfer portal, and we'll do boom or bust on a lot of the top players that have found new locations. Now, folks, it's important to remember that not all of these guys will be booms. For reference, here is last year's top 10 players in the transfer portal according to On3. Georgia to Miami quarterback Carson Beck. I'd say that's a boom. Stanford to Texas Tech edge David Bailey. I'd say that's a boom. Washington State to Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer. I'd say a little bit of both. A little bit of a boom, a little bit of a bust. Wasn't the same player in the second half of the season after injury, but at least had
some big wins.
Oklahoma, took Oklahoma to the college football playoff, so I'll consider that mostly a boom, but a little bit of bust there. Tennessee to UCLA, Nico Imaliava did not boom. A bad season for UCLA, a bad team, but also he had his fair share of missed throws and interceptions.
Fired.
Yeah. So I guess that's a positive. Dropped a bomb instead of a boom. Nevada to Oregon offensive tackle Isaiah World. He did not boom. He is a guy that had a lot of NFL draft looks heading into the season. Struggled at left tackle this year for the Ducks. He'll probably still get drafted somewhere, but I wouldn't say he's a boom for what he was worth. Georgia Tech to Auburn wide receiver Eric Singleton Jr. You can say a lot of it's because of the bad quarterback play, but he didn't boom. Tulane to Oregon running back Mekhi Hughes is hilarious to even mention because the guy didn't even play for Oregon this year because he was not in the rotation. Huge bust. Houston to Florida State cornerback Jeremiah Wilson. He was solid, had a good season, 3 interceptions, but not a top 10 level player boom. And then NC State to Texas A&M wide receiver Casey Concepcion. I'd say that was a boom. But there are guys on this list that missed.
Where did Singleton go to this year?
He just went to Florida.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we'll move into this cycle where we'll go down the list of the top guys. Will they boom or bust? And the criteria we're going to use here, the fit at the school, player performance, and then the price the school paid because the dollars being thrown around is very significant. We'll begin with the number one player in the portal according to On3. That is Cam Coleman, a wide receiver from Auburn that is now headed to Texas, an expected NIL payout of $3 million. 2025 stats, 56 receptions for 708 yards and 5 touchdowns. And I'm going to go boom here because I like what Texas has offensively. You got a quarterback in Arch Manning that's coming in to another season after a full year as a starter. He's gained a lot of experience. I think he'll be much better. And you've got good targets around him. So that makes life a lot easier for a star receiver in Coleman. Emmett Mosley the fifth is coming back. You still got Wingo around. You still got guys that are going to make a big impact. And then I like the running back tandem as well with Smothers and Brown. I think Cam Coleman will be a boom for Texas, and we'll see him in the NFL draft next season. Boom or bust, Allie, Cam Coleman, wide receiver out of Auburn to Texas.
I think boom because the offense is pretty substantial at Texas, and there's a lot for him to work with there. I think they can use him pretty successfully. I think this is a good guy for Arch Manning to have and be able to lean on. Side note, was in Texas for a work trip, met Arch Manning. Pretty cool. That was a few days ago. But
what?
Yeah.
You just let that slip through the cracks.
Yeah, briefly. But anyway,
well, that's cool.
So I think they can work together well, and so I think this is a boom.
All right. Allie is all in on Cam Coleman with her new friend Arch Manning at the helm. Brett, boom or bust for Cam Coleman?
Oh, this is easiest. This is a big boom. I think he'll be the best receiver in college football next year.
Oh, better than Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, because Arch is a better
Wow.
quarterback than Julian saying. Yeah, he's going to put up huge numbers.
I have not been here in a minute, but you are way off this Ohio State praise that
hey, it's about to cost him a dinner. I don't blame him.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Jackson.
I'm not off him. I'm just saying Cam Coleman's really dang good.
I know he
Some of
is.
those plays he can make.
All right, Jackson, boom or bust on Coleman?
Yeah, I think boom. He's got a really good quarterback, good system. They know how to get the ball to their weapons. I think he and Ryan Wingo are going to be a really good duo. And I think it might be the piece they need to get over the hump.
There we go. Will in the back, boom or bust on Cam Coleman? Boom. A boom from Will. All right, we'll move now to the number 2 player in the portal, a guy very familiar to Knoxville natives. Sam Leavitt, Arizona State, headed to LSU. Expected NIL payout, $6 million. In 2025, he totaled 1,628 yards for 10 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in the air and 306 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground. Though it is important to note, he battled injury throughout the season, had surgery before the season ended, and he will be sidelined until April or May. So that plays a factor into this as well. But in 2024, led the Sun Devils to the college football playoff and a Big 12 championship. Boom or bust for Sam Leavitt? I go boom. I love me some Leavitt, and I was really high on him coming into last year. Obviously, there were some injuries, and there are a lot of people saying, oh, he's a bad kid, locker room problem, all these things. But in reality, this guy's a playmaker and a program elevator. I like Sam Leavitt. Think he'll have a good fit in that LSU offense. I go boom for Leavitt. Boom or bust, Allie?
Unfortunately, we know what Lane Kiffin can do with a quarterback and an exciting offense with all the guys that they're bringing in. So I think it'll be a boom. Wish he was in Knoxville, but it is what it is.
Boom or bust, Brett?
Bust. I think the expectations will be too high. This injury concern, first year, new system, takes time to work out. I just don't trust Kiffin to get it done with him, so I'm going to say bust.
All right, Jackson.
I also think bust, and I think it will be one of the other other 2 quarterbacks brought into LSU that booms for them. And not because Sam Leavitt's not talented, not because he's not good. I just don't think he's going to be able to be on the field. I think this injury is going to be a bigger issue than it's led to people are led to believe. I'm kind of glad Tennessee ended up coming up short on the Sam Leavitt train. Might be a very small group of people that feel that way. I might be the only person, but yeah, that's how I feel.
2 busts.
2
I'm
busts.
shocked.
All right, Will can make it even. Oh, he goes middle. Bust. Oh, he's middle. So
middle.
it's 2-2 and it's 2.5 to 2.5. So we'll see. But you mentioned those other quarterbacks, Jackson. Hassan Longstreet out of USC, a former 5-star, comes over to Baton Rouge in addition to, Layden Kelly out of Elon.
That guy.
Yeah, Kelly's got a rocket. Kelly's got a rocket.
He can sling the rock.
Yeah. All right, portal bust or portal boom. It's Prince Will Umanmielen from Ole Miss, who is also headed to Baton Rouge. Number 4 player in the portal, expected NIL payout of $1.5 million, and LSU is set to pay Ole Miss $550,000 to buy him out of his contract at Ole Miss. Welcome to college football in 2026,
As
folks.
they should.
His 2025 stats, 45 tackles and 9 sacks for the Rebels. I go bust here for the price. $1.5 million is an overpay. Prince Will Umanmielen is a good player, but paying a guy, for one season, $1.5 million for a guy that got 9 sacks, I think is an overpay and is just Kiffin trying to prove a point. I go a bust here in terms of the price point. I think he's a great player, but I don't like the price he got for it. So I go bust. Allie, boom or bust on Prince Will Umanmielen.
To be honest, I don't know too much about his deal, to be fair, so I'm going to say boom for right now just because he knows Lane Kiffin. He knows what that offense is going to look like, so I just expect him to go into that well. But, yeah, maybe that's a little pricey for that guy. We'll see.
All right, Brett, boom or bust?
Boom. This guy, he can get after quarterback, and that's what you like. 9 sacks is – I don't know why you're sleeping on 9 sacks as a college kid's pretty good, I feel like. Yeah, I think he's gonna be electric for LSU.
How many games did Ole Miss play though?
What?
How many games did Ole Miss play though?
What, 14?
They played a ton of games.
But 9 sacks is pretty good.
I mean, I
mean, Ruben Bain had, what, 10.5?
Well, he's also got another guy on the other side that was doing the same thing with him.
Okay, you convinced me, bust. It's a boom. It's a boom. Shut up over there. I got him as a boom. He's gonna have a huge season, man. Like, hating.
I'm not hating. I'm being real.
And
Ole
you
Miss
said price point. That's annoying.
Ole Miss didn't
Levitt
get
got 6. That's totally overpaying somebody.
And Levitt's my guy. Dalen's my boy. His brother Dalen. His brother Dalen's really excited about Derek Owings. He's really excited about Derek Owings.
He wanted to be at UT though.
I know. Dalen did. Dalen wanted to be here. Sam's the one that got potionized by Lane Kiffin. Boomer bust for
hypnotized.
Yeah, whatever it is. For Uman Mielen.
Yeah, before I answer, they retained their DC from last year, right?
Yeah, Baker.
Yeah, Billy Baker.
Not
Billy Baker.
Not Billy Baker. It's something Baker though. I don't know if it's Billy.
Will Baker, I think.
I'm gonna go boom. You're complaining about 9 sacks. Look, there's a guy in Kansas City who's getting paid like $90 million, and I would love for him to be able to get 9 sacks. All right. That's pretty impressive. And you can say 14 games, that's fine. Well, again, there's a guy who played 17 games this year. He got 6, getting paid a whole lot more than $1.5 million. That's pretty impressive for a college edge.
James Pierce Jr. got 7.5 sacks in 2024 with Tennessee, and he's now very successful in the NFL.
But I thought last year was a bit of a disappointing, underwhelming season for James Pierce, even though he faced a lot of double teams.
It was. If he had 9 sacks, it probably wouldn't have been.
But if we're projecting the possibility of what his next season could look like,
you said $1.5 million was not or was too much for this guy. I actually disagree. I think edge rusher is one of the premier positions in football. And I think LSU they had a great defense last year. I think if they had a competent offense, they would have been at least competitive in a whole lot more games. So I think this guy's going to go down from Ole Miss defensive system that's all right. Pete Golding, you can say what you want about him, to a really good defensive system and just thrive.
All right, not a whole lot of agreements there with me.
19.5 in 2 seasons is pretty
I'll take
good.
it. That's fine.
19.5 in 2 seasons.
I agree that it's expensive though.
I'll say, Ole Miss, what were their characteristics this season as a team? They didn't get in the backfield a whole lot. They did not have a ton of tackles for loss. Like, as a unit, like, he was a big focal point of that group, and they didn't get in the backfield very often. So
fair enough.
Could be a scheme thing.
Look, it could be, but LSU clearly doesn't have an issue with money. The next guy we're about to talk about, they've got a boat.
I just hope you keep that energy here and a couple more people.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
All right. Jordan Seaton, Colorado, headed to either LSU, Oregon, or Miami. Number 8 player in the portal. Expected NIL payout, $3 million plus. 2025 stats allowed just 1 sack and placed on the All Big 12, a second team. He did miss the final 3 games of the season due to injury. But I go boom here. This is a guy that is playing a very important position at offensive tackle, a guy that is going to, prevent guys from Prince Will, Uman Mielen, from getting to the quarterback. Seaton's one of the biggest sure things we've seen coming out of high school recently, was a 5-star plus a prospect. And he did a great job in 2 seasons at Colorado. Now he'll get to do it on a bigger stage. This guy's going to be in the NFL here soon, probably a first-round pick. I go boom here for Seaton. Boom or bust, Allie?
I'll go boom here, looking at the consistency, but I will say the injury is something to watch. I don't know how severe that is or if that'll carry over, but as of right now, boom.
All right, boom or bust. Brett?
Boom. That's an easy one. He's probably the best left tackle in college football, and he's going to get paid to do it. So, he's a really good football player. He's going to have a good time in the SEC, I think.
Boom or bust, Jackson?
Boom. I still get mad that this guy's not in Knoxville. Still feel like Dion getting him on FS1 was the deciding factor in that one.
Yeah.
But I'm glad Tennessee's not involved in this.
Yeah.
Too much money for.
We have a good one too, I think.
Yeah. I agree, but your asking price at the gate is $3 million. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, hey, he knows what he wants.
Probably more than even's listed.
So I put $3 million plus because I think the closing number will be around 4, but the starting price was 2.5 to even get on the phone with him.
And
that's crazy.
That's just for one seat. Like, he's a junior.
He's a rising junior.
Yeah.
He'll go
but he's a one and done.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's his last year.
And when you look at the teams involved, Oregon, LSU, Miami. All those teams are trying to, add guys like that to the mix. So I think it'll be a nice addition. All right, portal bust or portal boom, Caleb Hawkins out of North Texas. He's headed to Oklahoma State. He's the number 10 player in the portal with an expected NIL payout of $750,000. And in 2025, he had 231 carries, which was 12th most in the country, 1,434 yards, which was 5th most in the country, and 25 touchdowns, the most out of any running back in college football. All of that to say, I go bust here. I like Caleb Hawkins a lot. I loved watching this North Texas team. I love Eric Morris. There's another guy on this list I'll talk highly of here in a minute. But I don't like paying running backs a ton of money, and I don't like having a guy that had 231 carries be one of your focal points of the offense next year. Wear and tear on running backs happens across college football and the NFL. I worry about the amount of touches he got this past season, if that is able to be repeated now in the Big 12 when you're going up against Power 4 level players. I love Caleb Hawkins, the player, but he got banged up towards the end of the season. I go bust here because I just don't think he's got enough tread on his tires for the upcoming season. Boom or bust, Allie?
I'm going boom because I love Eric Morris, and I'm excited about the change that's coming to Oklahoma State. I think that maybe it'll be a slow first season, but I think we're going to see a lot of progress, and bringing guys like Caleb Hawkins in is what's going to make that happen. So I have a lot of optimism here. Boom.
Okay. All right, boom or bust, Brett?
Yeah, I go boom here. I think it's going to translate just quite nicely to Oklahoma State. I think this kid's a good running back, and I think he likes the amount of touches and things like that. Some get better as they get more touches and things like that, and I think this kid's going to do that, and I expect a big turnaround from Oklahoma State this year.
Boom or bust, Jackson?
I'm going to go boom. You reminded me a lot of draft analysts in 2020 when Justin Taylor –
Jonathan Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor. Thank you. Sorry. I'm having a bad day.
It's good, buddy. We're here for you.
When Jonathan Taylor was available and everybody was just, man, he had multiple seasons of 2,000 yards, all those touches. He's not going to have any in the tank. And now we're 5 years later and he's doing just fine. So I'm going to assume a guy that's 19, 20 years old can take a season or two more of a couple hundred touches.
Okay. All right. It is what it is. I'm the what now? The draft analyst? I'm Mel Kiper.
Like bust is too strong a word. Like you don't think like Caleb Hawkins is going to be a bust at Oklahoma State. You just don't think he's going to be able to put forth what he did for
boom or
Texas.
bust. I got to pick.
Well, that's total end of the spectrum, though. That's really good or really bad.
Yeah.
He's saying that it's too expensive, too.
Mekhi Hughes was supposed to be the best running back for Oregon this season. He didn't even play. Jaden Ott, you know what Jaden Ott did this year?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Towel boy, water boy, shoelace tire.
I don't think that's going to happen to this kid.
Well, Jaden Ott was like the same level. Like he was a highly recruited running back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Ott was so bad this season that he is going to the Senior Bowl, and Oklahoma didn't even repost it. That's how bad he is.
But this isn't a guy who's going to try to or transferring to try to get more touches. He's following his head coach, right?
I mean, yes, he is.
Well, that's what Ott did too, right?
But
Ott was his offensive coordinator.
Well, no, Ott was at California originally.
Ott was at Cal.
But I mean, a lot of these guys are coming in as focal point backs. Oklahoma didn't even have they had a terrible run game all year. So I love Caleb Hawkins. I love this North Texas team throughout the season. Don't get me wrong. But
what's a price tag for you for a running back?
Well, like on who?
For him, like you said, 750 is too much. Like,
for him,
I feel like they probably had to go deep in their pockets to
probably 4 or 5.
For me, I think the running back position is important, but I don't want to overspend on that because that's the guy that's getting hit the most at anyone.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of wear and tear in that. Like I like Smothers and Raleek Brown a lot. One of those guys will boom. One of those guys will bust. But I don't want to put a whole lot of an investment in guys that get hit every single time they touch the ball.
It's true.
Valid.
Portal bust, portal boom. Byron Brown out of South Florida headed to follow his former head coach Alex Golish to Auburn. The number 12 player in the portal, expected NIL payout of at least $2.5 million. And in 2025 had 3,158 yards, 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 1,008 yards, and 14 touchdowns on the ground. A very strong season for him, but it was at South Florida. And I go bust here for Mr. Brown. I think he is a really great player. He's a really great athlete. But even watching South Florida this season, there are a lot of moments that I don't think are going to work in the SEC, where he did a great job at the group of 5 level, kind of bouncing off of tackles and pinballing his way down the field. But he also takes a lot of hits, and he also makes some poor decisions. And I think that Alex Golish is going to be in over his head this year. I would not have hired him at Auburn. I don't think he's ready to be an SEC head coach. So really this just goes into my larger point of I don't believe in Auburn this season. And you also got a completely different cast of players. Mm-hmm. So I think Byron Brown is an exceptional player, an exceptional athlete, but I don't think it works this season. And I think Auburn has a tough start to the Alex Golish era, 6-6, 7-5. I go bust for Byron Brown in terms of the price tag and his ranking. Boom or bust, Allie?
Also going bust here, we're agreeing, because I think that, the state of Auburn isn't going to be sustainable for someone like him. I'm not expecting much to go on there.
Brett, what about you? Boom or bust?
I think it's going to be a bust. I do think he'll have a good season, but, it feels a little Taylor Green a little bit. Going to have games where he puts up good numbers, but then other games he's going to struggle. And, this being their first year for Golish and company in the SEC, I think it's just going to be a little over his head. But I do think he'll have a good season for Auburn, just probably not to the level of his paycheck saying.
Okay. Boom or bust, Jackson?
Bust. I agree that Golish is in over his head.
There we go.
I don't think it'll end too well for him in Auburn. I love the guy, and I really hate to say it. But and I don't think it's going to go well for Brown either.
All right, final one, portal boom or portal bust. Drew Mestemaker of North Texas headed to Oklahoma State. The Pokes have got a quarterback and they've got a coach. As Mestemaker is the number 13 player in the portal, he's following his former head coach Eric Morris to Oklahoma State. Mestemaker's got an expected NIL payout of $2.5 million. And in 2025, folks, he was guns a-blazing. 4,379 yards in the air for 34 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Give me all the stock in Drew Mestemaker. Give me the stock in Oklahoma State. I ranked them in my way too early top 25 on Tuesday. I believe in Eric Morris. He's been a winner everywhere he's been, and he's a quarterback guru. And Drew Mestemaker, a former 0-star recruit, pumped out 4,379 yards in his first season as a starter. You tell me that for boom or bust. Boom for Drew Mestemaker.
Wow.
Allie, boom or bust?
You also know how I feel about Eric Morris. Thrilled about this. I think that, I continue to have confidence in the quarterbacks that he's finding, from Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, John Mateer, Cam Ward, now Drew Mestemaker. I think that he really grew a lot in North Texas, but Oklahoma State is his opportunity to really take it and run with it. Very excited. Absolute boom.
Boom. All right, Brett, your turn. Can we get 3? Can we get 5 big booms?
5 big booms. See, this is where this boom and bust thing kills me, because I do think he's going to have a good season. I just don't think it's going to boom the way you guys are booming over there. So I'll say I'm going to bust over here.
Okay.
Wow.
Tough schedule. He's not there down there in that conference where the Mean Green were, and that whatever that conference was.
The American.
Thank you. Week 2 they get Oregon at home. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
But looking down the schedule, I think it's going to be a lot of bust for Mr. Especially if saying Hawkins is a bust. They don't get a run game going. I don't care who you are at quarterback. You're going to struggle. So I'm going to say bust today.
All right, Jackson, boom or bust?
I'm going to say boom. I like Mestemaker. He can spin the ball. I don't know. I like him. He followed his head coach. They were successful at North Texas. I think it might take him a year or 2 to get things up and going in Clearwater, or Stillwater, wherever it is.
Yeah, Stillwater.
Stillwater. I knew it was one of the 2.
Clearwater. I'd go to Clearwater, Florida, though, in a heartbeat. Some warmer weather.
Yeah. But I think because he's not a 1-year guy, right?
No. He's got 2 years at least.
For him, I think year 2 booms. Year 1 might be some bumpy ride, but he gets off and going at some point.
There we go.
It's a worthwhile investment.
Will, real quick, boom or bust? Boom. We got 4 big booms for Drew Mestemaker. It would have been 5 big booms if Brett had decided to play.
All right, man.
Always has to disagree.
You need something in the middle there.
Yeah.
There's got to be another B word that can be in the middle. Boom.
Blah.
Blah.
Boom, bland, boom, bland, or bust. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that for the next one.
Just blah.
All right, when we come back, we will fill out our NFL postseason awards. Third time I said postseason. NFL regular
postseason awards.
Is it? I mean, is it like post?
I mean, the season's over for
post, comma season, but like postseason all one word.
End of the year
NFL
awards.
end of the year awards. We'll give our ballots for that when we return. Stay right here. It's the Playbook on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Hi, this is Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group at Realty Executives. And I know there's a lot of choices here in East Tennessee when it comes to choosing a realtor. Here's why the Kregner Group is different. At the Kregner Group, our motto is walking by faith, serving others. It's how I live my life. It's how I run my business. Here at the Kregner Group, we're committed to doing real estate the right way. Faith, honesty, integrity. The Kregner Group. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or visit my website at boknowshouses.com.
This football season, crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Co-owned by the Kelsey brothers and brewed right here in the Volunteer State, Garage Beer is perfect for fall fire pits and Tennessee tailgates. So pick up a 12-pack today of the official beer of Football Fridays on Fan Run Radio. Garage Beer, 100% beer-flavored beer.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
All right, back here on the Playbook. We appreciate you hanging out with us on this Thursday. Coming up in about 25 minutes, folks, it's The Drive with Russell Smith, Bob Baskerville, the Bear, and Walker Smith, no relation, rounding out your Thursday here in K-Town. Now we'll switch over to the gridiron on the professional level, and that is the NFL. As the NFL awards were announced earlier today, the finalists for those awards, I should say. And we'll quickly give our ballot for each of the top awards. Now, obviously, Defensive Player of the Year, or Defensive Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year are part of this as well, Comeback Player of the Year. But I wanted to focus on really the main four here. So I'll go down, read the list of the possible candidates for the job or for the award, and then we'll go around and give our ballot. So MVP, Trevor Lawrence out of Jacksonville, the Jaguars quarterback. A incredible season for Trevor, a.k.a. Mr. Duval. Thank you, Brett. He is one of the candidates. I'll say it again. Trevor Lawrence, MVP candidate, Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback. That's in all caps on the notes, everyone.
That was a typo, huh?
The other options, Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills quarterback. Drake May.
All in lowercase here.
Drake May, New England Patriots quarterback. Christian McCaffrey, San Francisco 49ers running back. And Matthew Stafford, LA Rams quarterback. Those are the MVP candidates. Coach of the Year, I wonder who is on the list.
Duval.
Oh, it's Liam himself. Liam Cohen, Jacksonville Jaguars, on the list for Coach of the Year.
Wow.
The other possible candidates, Ben Johnson from the Chicago Bears, Mike McDonald from Seattle Seahawks, Kyle Shanahan from the San Francisco 49ers, and Mike Vrabel from the New England Patriots. Defensive Player of the Year, no fun here. Will Anderson from Houston. Nick Bonito from the Denver Broncos, an incredible season as a part of that really impressive Broncos defense. Myles Garrett, another strong season for him. Cleveland Browns defensive end. Aiden Hutchinson, Detroit Lions defensive end. And Micah Parsons, Green Bay Packers defensive end. For Offensive Player of the Year, it is Drake May from New England at quarterback. Christian McCaffrey once again finds himself on the list. 49ers running back. Puka Nacua, wide receiver for the Rams. Bijan Robinson, running back for the Falcons. And Jackson Smith-Njigba from Seattle at wide receiver. So those are the options that we will go through. So Coach of the Year, MVP, Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year. Go in that order when you give your list. I'll begin with mine. And I know it's in all caps, but I will be fair and I'll be transparent because I am a realist. And I'm going to go Drake May here. I know Matthew Stafford's the favorite, but what Drake May has done this season has been really impressive for a second-year quarterback. And he is a big reason why this Patriots team is playing for a shot in the Super Bowl this weekend. I love Stafford's story. I like the Rams to win the Super Bowl. And the fact that he's still doing this at this age is incredible. But I think Drake May is worthy of a MVP award because this Patriots team has been completely different than what we have seen in the post-Tom Brady era, and it's because they have a quarterback that works. I know they hadn't beat a whole lot of great teams, but, I mean, a guy booming like this in year two is impressive. I'll give it to Drake May. My Coach of the Year, this one will have all caps. It's Liam Cohen from the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Duval.
Thank you, Brett.
You're welcome.
What Liam Cohen has done in one season is truly fascinating. Turned this team around on the offensive side of the ball, gave Trevor Lawrence franchise and career highs and touchdowns and numbers. The defensive side of the ball, hired Anthony Campanelli, who did an incredible job with the defense. I think this is the best both sides turnaround we've seen this season. Liam Cohen, my Coach of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year could have gone a number of routes here. I really think in terms of valuability, Micah Parsons would be my pick because the Packers looked like a different team when he wasn't available. But really, you can't go wrong with any of these guys. I'll go Nick Bonito here from Denver. A really, really strong season for the Broncos, and it's because of that defense. I could have considered Anderson, Garrett, Hutchinson. All these guys are great, but I'm going to go with a group that has been anchored by their defense, and that's the reason why they're playing in the AFC Championship game. And then Offensive Player of the Year, I'll probably go Drake May here once again because I just think what he has done this season has been truly incredible for a second-year quarterback. A lot of great names on this list. Christian McCaffrey deserves a lot of praise as well. He's up for Offensive Player of the Year, MVP, and Comeback Player of the Year. But I go Drake May for OPOY. So MVP, Drake May for me. Coach of the Year, Cohen. Defensive Player of the Year, Bonito. Offensive Player of the Year, May again. Brett, your selections.
I got Stafford MVP. What he's doing at his age is pretty remarkable. Almost 50 touchdown passes is pretty good. A lot tougher schedule. Again, Drake May, I mean, their schedule is pretty easy. I mean, he did have a remarkable season. There's no doubt about that. But what Stafford has done is truly awesome. Coach of the Year, I got to go Vrabel. Kind of the same reasons you said of Cohen. I mean, they had 4 wins last year. Schedule was easy, but a 10-game turnaround, different things like that. So I got him for that. Myles Garrett, I mean, say what you want. They had more games, but he did set an NFL record for most sacks in a season. So on a bad football team, that's impressive. And then Offensive Player of the Year, I'm going to go with Bijan Robinson. His numbers are off the charts. Team wasn't great, but wasn't for him. They don't have a team, with Kirk Cousins and Penix and whatever you want to call their quarterback play for what he did. In all the games this season was pretty awesome. So I'm going to go with Bijan Mustard.
Okay, there you go. Jackson, you did not like my pick for Defensive Player of the Year. I know it's going to be unpopular, but Myles Garrett's done an incredible job his entire career. I'm, a little bit in the point where it's voter fatigue, and I know that's not great, but I think Bonito and the Denver defense has been incredible, and that's why I sided with them. But I know I should have probably taken Garrett, but I've got to be different somehow. Jackson, your list.
Yeah, man. I'll be different right here by taking a second to talk about my issue with the MVP candidates.
All of them?
No, one in particular.
Who?
Josh Allen.
There we go.
I mean, why am I allowed to say hell?
Yeah.
I already said. Okay, why the hell is he on this list? He wasn't even the best player on his offense this year. Watching the Bills this year, if James Cook wasn't on, there was a good chance they lost the game. They won games where Josh Allen had 1 or 2 picks and no touchdowns because James Cook had a generational day. And then for him to not even be an Offensive Player of the Year candidate and Josh Allen get to be an MVP candidate, it's ridiculous. It blows my mind. The way that the NFL media bends its knee to Josh Allen. I mean, all these videos about him crying after the game. Who cares?
All right, I'm with you on that.
Who cares? He had the easiest.
He lost. He was upset he lost.
Easiest AFC playoff picture in years, and he loses to Bo Nix in the Denver Broncos in the AFC
which
divisional
looked great
round.
this year.
Broncos were good, but
Josh Allen's supposed to be. Josh Allen's supposed to be the greatest.
Stop.
I don't even want to get into that. But I think it's kind of ridiculous. He already got his process of elimination MVP last year. Should have gone to Lamar. He shouldn't even receive a vote this year. Matt Stafford's the MVP. Shanahan's coach of the year. What he did with such an injured squad it's so impressive. It's what Harbaugh did with the Ravens a few years ago, and I believe he won coach of the year that year. So I feel like it's only right. You were competing for the number 1 seed with third stringers in at several positions. It's pretty impressive. Offensive Player of the Year is Jackson Smith and Jigba. Just unguardable, man. Just a truly impressive year. I feel like I could check my phone when the Seahawks were playing at any point and see a 60-plus yard touchdown catch by Jackson Smith and Jigba, and that's really impressive. And for Defensive Player of the Year, got to go Myles Garrett. Although they played more games, someone broke down the snap count between him and Strahan's season. Myles Garrett played less snaps this year than Michael Strahan did the year he set the record.
Good stat there.
So you can argue about more games, but Myles Garrett was on the field less and
there
did
we
it.
go.
So those are my picks.
All right, Allie, your ballot for the regular season awards that are now in the postseason.
Okay, I didn't say Josh Allen, but no hate on him for crying after that loss because that was heartbreaking.
I'm not a Josh Allen guy, but
and 2,
boo-hoo, I'm Josh Allen.
Oh my gosh,
Married to Haley Steinfeld.
I think it's cool to have a man that's like willing to be
dollars.
vulnerable in front of media. So let's
honest.
not bash on that.
I'm not bashing that. I'm not bashing the crying thing.
I'm talking to Jackson.
I just don't like the woe is Josh Allen. Like, I don't like that. He had 4
turnovers. He
turnovers.
cost his team the ball.
I know he did.
The game. He didn't come out and blame anybody else. Blame himself.
Well, as he should. But
and he's also the reason that team's in that game.
But it's his posse. It's his fan base that drives me nuts.
Nobody thought he was going to beat the mighty Jaguars.
Well, I mean, it was a close game. All right, regardless. Next.
Sorry, Allie.
I think that's built off of like his personality that he shares with the media and with everything, and he's a very likable guy, and so people just latch on to that. But anyway, that's besides the point. MVP, I also have Drake May. He's a huge part of their success this season. Incredible year for the Pats, and a lot of that is kudos to him. Coach of the Year, in that same line, I'm going with Vrabel here. I think that this is huge for them. In his first year, he's able to rebuild the culture and take the team to its first AFC East title since 2019. I think that this is a big turnaround for the Patriots, and a lot of it is because of him and Drake May, so they both need their flowers. Okay. Defensive Player of the Year, I also went with Nick Bonito here. Like, maybe it should be Myles Garrett. That was a good stat, Jackson. You like almost convinced me. But I think that the Broncos defense was so impressive this year, and he was one of the leaders in one of the best defenses in the country. A lot of what he did was really impressive. So going with Bonito, and then Offensive Player of the Year, going with the Dirty Birds, Bijan Robinson.
There you go.
Big fan of him.
All right. Great selections by everyone. Great analysis.
Thank you.
How the hell is Liam Cohen not anyone else's head coach of the year?
It's really awesome. It's just he happened to have his
be a tough
season
year
at the same time Shanahan did with it. It's
what
really
Johnson did with the Bears.
Will's shaking his head. We were talking about it before the show. Will didn't like my selection either.
Shanahan is battling, what is it like? electric fields.
No,
to compete
what? Oh, stop.
on the field on Sundays.
Hey, what did I say about Twitter? What do I say about Twitter?
No, there's some real science behind that.
They've been playing there for years.
Yeah, he's battling forces outside of his control.
Oh my gosh!
To field a competent football team.
Oh my gosh!
I am interested to see what the vote goes down as.
You know what Liam Cohen did? He made a source that was.
He took a team that was. A lot of that same team was there last year, were they not?
And they were terrible. They're a terrible team. Terrible.
And to be fair, all the teams that are on here were terrible.
And the Vrabel versus Cohen thing, the Patriots didn't beat the same caliber of teams that the Jaguars did.
I mean, you can't only play who's on your schedule. I agree with that, but I mean,
it's reality.
Well, it is, but I mean, the past few years, the AFC South's been what?
Big, strong Kyle Shanahan was no match for Liam Cohen.
Hey, I said Vrabel, so
they would have taken them too.
I doubt that.
Big, strong.
We'll wrap it up when we return. It's the Playbook on Fan Run Radio. Duval.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Hey folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
Every 40 seconds, a child goes missing somewhere in the U.S. You can help in the effort to find missing kids simply by donating your car or boat to Find the Children, a nonprofit organization dedicated to returning missing children to their families. Find the Children works closely with national and community agencies and organizations and helps distribute flyers and posters that are directly responsible for recovering missing kids. Your car or boat donation helps protect and recover children in every state and community by sponsoring child safety and recovery programs. For fast, free pickup, call anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Running or not, your car, truck, van, RV, or boat will be towed away free of charge. Fast, free pickup, plus it's tax deductible. Everyone wins when you donate your car or boat to Find the Children.
Call right now. 800-466-8813. 800-466-8813. That's 800-466-8813.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
God knows I am reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on. I need her, my babies.
All right, back here on the Playbook. We appreciate you hanging out with us over the last hour and 50 minutes, rounding out your afternoon here
Thursday.
on Fan Run. Yeah, I know. I about said Friday.
Close.
I'm getting ready for the weekend. Coming up next, it's The Drive. Russell Smith, Bob Baskerville, the Bear, and Walker Smith rounding out your Thursday in all caps. Final thoughts on this Thursday now. I'm a little bit at a loss. I don't really have a final thoughts today because I usually have one, and this is usually when I need Allie to fill in and come up with the final thoughts. But I don't necessarily have one.
Well, do you
today.
want to give your thoughts on the Chipotle thing?
Sure. About
Signetti?
Signetti? Well, yeah.
Can we address that he doesn't say Chipotle right? Do you know that?
Well, that's how I used to say it.
I don't say it wrong, though.
Oh, how do you say it?
Chipotle.
You see, that's how I used to say it.
My grandpa
That
says
is
it that way.
objectively
Chipotle.
wrong.
I used to say Chipotle or Chipotle for forever, and it finally got to the point where my roommates were like, "You've got to stop." Like,
Yeah.
they
That's
thought I
not
was doing
saying
it.
the
They thought I
lay,
was
the
doing it
LE?
personally.
That's how I feel about
I mean,
bread.
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
You see, but I don't-
Chipotle.
I see, I don't like the way it sounds. I don't like the way like
What is the
Chipotle
Chipotle
sounds.
thing?
Huh?
What is the Chipotle
Spaghetti.
thing?
Yes, we'll
for-
get into that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
For those
Go
who
ahead.
don't know.
Yeah, so for they're doing a promo today in Indiana. It's buy one get one free. But Kurt Cinetti has like a special bowl that he uses. I'll read off what they literally sent
We
me.
called it.
It's like just guacamole, chicken,
It's
and
not
rice,
much to
right?
it. It seems so
Yeah.
spaghetti,
There's like
though.
three
But there's a
things,
story
yeah.
to it. So
Yeah.
Sounds like my bowl.
Indiana's Kurt Cignetti recently shared that he eats the same Chipotle burrito bowl every day, which consists of rice, beans, chicken, and a side of guac. His daily order is made through the Assistant Director of Football Operations Chipotle Rewards account. And his account, listen to this, folks, and his account is among the top 1% in the state of Indiana for achieving the most rewards points.
Oh, that makes sense. If he eats
He's
it
your
every
favorite
day.
guy in the world now, isn't he?
I know. Well, I was over the moon yesterday when I got a DM from Chipotle. I was like, holy cow.
Actually, your dream.
I know.
If anyone recalls, for the Secret Santa swap, I got him a shirt that says "This boy loves Chipotle."
Yes, correct.
Very
So
fitting.
If I ever have to do a promo for him, I've got a shirt for it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be, I would
all
love
the
to do an
things-
advertisement. Out of all the people I'd like to do advertisements with, Chipotle would be one of them.
Just have a billboard.
Yeah. So yeah, or a commercial.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. You know.
Have you been workshopping this? Like, what would it look
Didn't
like?
we have a basketball player with them, or was it the other one, the other Salsaritas, or I'm thinking
The
of?
Salsaritas.
Who was the basketball player we had?
Yeah, it was like
one of them, I thought.
I think Jacoby Gillespie's got. I know he's got Canes.
Did Dalton Connect have one, or was it?
Yeah, it was
Yes,
DK.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
DK.
Yeah, I
DK
thought
and then
so.
Charles Campbell, the kicker from 2022. No, not 2022. 2023. Charles Campbell, out of University School in Jackson, was a Salsaritas team member. And then
I knew it was something. DK.
Obviously,
Yeah, DK. Yeah, I feel like I saw a commercial with him doing something. Pretty
obviously
cool.
our new kicker was the cookies guy this past year. Or Max
We
Gilbert.
didn't get many cookies, did we?
They need to start giving that to someone who can actually get us some cookies. Like,
Wow.
I love Alante Taylor, but they gave it to Alante Taylor a couple years ago, and it was like for an interception. And I mean, come on, that's like
Sweetest deals when we had.
that's like 2-3 times a
Christian Moore.
season.
Christian Moore and Carolyn Pickens for Weigels or something.
Oh yeah.
Well, the best
Whenever he
deal
hit a
is
home run or
Connect. Like if Connect has 30 points, like you get Salsaritas, and like he put up 30 like every other week.
Yeah, I don't know. I
great.
wasn't. I don't think I was in Tennessee for Connect.
I think that the thing with him, or the thing for these companies, is they don't want to lose their ass on a lot of money by like giving out freebies, but like
Yeah.
they've also got to like figure out preseason who they want to have as
Yeah.
their guy. So like they could boom or bust. They could be really bad or be really good.
What I will say is very successful is the Chick-fil-A like free
free throw thing?
the free sandwich. Yeah, if
Yeah.
the
They miss
other
2 in a
team
row, or-
misses, is it 2 in a row?
Mm-hmm.
Misses 2
In the
free
second half.
throws.
In the second half.
Yeah, okay. Because then the stadium like just goes crazy. Everyone's freaking out, and then you realize it's because of Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Everyone goes nuts for some chicken.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They've
That's not
programmed
player
us so
dependent.
well.
Chick-fil-A's got like new
They
float
do.
streams.
Yes, they do.
Mhm.
Are they out yet?
They've been out.
Are they here in
Yeah.
Knoxville though?
Yep. They've
Okay.
got them at the one over by across the road.
The
You know
soda
about
floats.
the cup thing?
I do. So there are
Explain.
5 different
Yeah.
collectible cups. One of them is a golden cup, and if you get the golden cup, you get free Chick-fil-A for a year.
So okay,
So
and
it's
there's
like Willy Wonka kind of thing.
1 out of 3,000.
what
Wow.
I've been talking about is like, is it like a disguised cup because the workers can just like choose who
They
they
come
give
in
the
packages, so they're kind of like bundled up in a box, and they pull it out and you open it up.
They do it.
Well, they don't
when
open
go
it
to
for
get
you;
your
they give
drink?
it to you, but you open it up, so they don't even know.
So
Oh, they don't put a drink in there. They give you the cup.
Yeah.
itself?
And you can use it later.
And you can open it and then ask for a drink in there if you want.
Wow.
But
That's good. I was curious.
So you have to pay for the. I'm assuming you have to pay for it.
It's
correct.
like
It's
$3.99 or
and-
something.
yeah, I
Okay,
believe it's
so
$4, and you can put the float in there for an additional 3.
If you do get it,
How do you know that?
wait, hold
I
on.
went
so,
last week.
So you
I
have
looked
to
at it.
pay So you have to pay for this drink, and then if you get it, you just get this cup. You then have to pay again to fill that cup up.
The cup is separate, but it's a reusable cup. It's like a souvenir. It's like you go to the.
No, I know, but so I guess where I'm, it sounds like you'll be pretty unlucky to get this if you just want like a Diet Coke or something, and they bring you this cup with no Coke.
But you get free Chick-fil-A for life.
So no, it's the normal cup.
Yeah.
So like they'll give you the drink in a normal cup, but if you ask for you can ask for a souvenir cup.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So like they'll give
It's
you
separate from everything.
Yeah, separate from everything.
Okay.
In hopes that you get the golden one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And each time you don't get it, you have to keep coming back.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We always end with fast food.
I know.
So you have to ask for a signature cup.
Correct.
Okay, that's what I
Correct.
didn't understand.
And you can do that at Chick-fil-A right now. But I don't know if I'll pay that price, $4. But I do like the souvenir. That's going to wrap it up for a Thursday edition of The Playbook. We appreciate you hanging out with us. For Brett Hollander, Allie Campbell, and Jackson Freeman, I'm William Pattison. Coming up next, it's The Drive.